Well, hello and welcome everyone to the season finale of our GP3 SF1 Championship. It's in Abu Dhabi, of course, and looking to be a cracker. The championship's all tied up already, but there's still some battles downfield that we're going to look forward to seeing, and of course some great racing. I'll run you through some standings and bits and bobs in a little while, but for the moment it's Q3, and we've got 10 drivers now fighting and shooting out for that top spot and to start on the front of the grid. So a couple of drivers on their out laps now. Allow your face in the Renault right now. We've got Dhabi out, Robert. Everyone I think is putting in some banker laps. Gumba's still in the pits. Dhabi on an out lap. So that's everyone now on a flying lap. We'll bring up some info down the side so I can see. I know that Kyle doesn't like too much stuff on his stream, but what am I looking for? I'm looking for that one. And we'll give it some lap info, lap delta, because obviously you guys want to know that. There we go. So we've got Kennerito, Johnny Sherbert, Solex, Grimdog, Gumba, Dalby, Robert, Robbie, and Allow Your Face all through to Q3 and fighting for that number one position. Just put my phone on mute so it doesn't interrupt everything. Wonderful. We are running just me today. Carlos isn't with us, unfortunately, but I'm sure he'll be with us next week. Not next weekend, actually, because it's a new season in a few weeks. So, yeah, he'll be back with us, I'm sure, for the next streams, and we'll have Kyle and Kyle will be doing GP2, and of course we have the GP1 stream on Sunday as well. Solex put in a respectable 1:35.6, so that's one time in. A couple of people crossing the lines now, but not put in respectable lap or valid lap times. That's a 35.6 for Robbie as well. Pretty much an identical lap time, about half a tenth separates Solex and Robbie. And Robert as well sticks in a 1:36.4, so just under a second behind them. Allow Your Face a 1:34.6, very nicely done. And who else have we got crossing the line? We've got Dalby, and I think that was an invalidated lap, unfortunately. And I think we've also got Gumba coming around to start his lap. So what we'll do is we'll jump on board with Gumba and have a look and see what he's doing. A couple inputs there for turn one into these fast S's. Misses that apex just a little bit, keeping it tight here. Flat on the throttle and down into this heavy braking zone. There we go. Apex 1, Apex 2. On the throttle for a quick burst until you hit the brakes for the hard hairpin and a long straight, which could offer up some nice overtaking opportunities for many drivers. Long straight. Bring out your book into some heavy braking now for one of the sharpest and most horrible chicanes I've ever had the grace to drive. Here we go, opening up the DRS. A lot of inputs there, as he's trying to steer as little as possible around the almost straight into the triple apex chicane. And here we go, slightly faster than you think left-hander, and we've got these fast double apex. There's one, there's two, into heavy braking, and here we're coming underneath the hotel, which is all lit up and beautiful in real life. It looks spectacular. Not that I've seen it in real life, but on telly it looks great. Here we go, rounding the final two corners, and we'll see what Gumba's done. That's a lap on board. You can see what they're seeing across the line. It is P4. So far, Allow Your Face hanging in there with his 34.6. Johnny Sherbert putting in a P2 at the moment with a 35.5, so just under a second behind there. Solex, Gumba and Robbie and Robert all in the 35s as well, so they're within a couple tenths of each other. And then Dalby with 36, Kennerito and Grimdog's yet to put in a valid lap. I believe Grimdog now is on his out lap. I've just realised that a very important part of this stream, I should probably have the stream up so I can read any comments, which I haven't done. So I'm very sorry if you're writing stuff and I haven't replied to them, so jump on. There we go. I don't think I've missed anything spectacular, so keep that up there. And we've got Grimdog. I'm going to switch cameras. Have a look. That's Canarito into the pits. Dalby's coming around for another lap now. To try and improve on that 36.7 that he's put in. We've got a couple other drivers in the pits. Goomba's still out. Solex is on an out lap as well. So a couple of drivers in, a couple of drivers out, and that's Dalby coming into the pits. Goomba as well, diving into the pits. And Solex with his DRS open on the not quite straight. Coming to that triple, I call it the triple chicane. It's probably the nicest set of corners on the track, I think. That section, I do like that section there, and then it just goes back into Abu Dhabi again. But what can Solex do? He's backed off there, I believe. And we've got Grimdog trying to get in his banker lap as well. So 3.5 minutes left, which means that people are going to start coming out for their final runs, trying to get that optimal track temperature, optimal track conditions. Grimdog, unless he's on an in-lap now, is probably going to have to stick it out and try and get a fast lap in. Otherwise... Alpha. Yes, right. Grimdog repping. We'll see if he can get himself up the grid just a little bit more. Do let us know if the sound is alright, because I have no way of checking. So if you can hear me clearly and the game volume is perfect, do let me know. That would be wonderful. Because I'm using primitive systems at the moment, and so can't see anything other than the game. So here's Grimdog coming round into the final sector. I think he's going to pit and try and get out for that final flyer, but I'm not sure. Oh, he's definitely coming in now. That's not gone too well. A snap of oversteer, and trying to correct that. He's put himself into the wall. Oh, and he's retired from the session as well, so that's really unfortunate from Grimdog. I obviously spoke far too soon, and you can hear me okay. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, any problems, do let me know. 2 minutes remaining now, and it's Allow Your Face at the moment who's staying in. No, he's coming out now. With a 34.6 to beat. Johnny Sherbett's fairly close. I mean, 9/10 to be fair. But I think there's some time to be found from everyone here. Solex, Goomba, Robbie, drivers to look out for. They're all so close together from second downwards. So close together. Canarito and Grimdog yet to get a lap in. But it's the improvements that we're looking for now. Allow Your Face, Johnny Sherbert, Solex is the top three at the moment. A lot of screen time for Solex there. We've got Goomba on an out lap, so who is closest to the finish? Roberts, but he's coming on to a flyer, okay. So Allow Your Face, I think, was the last driver out there. Because I think Dalby's almost catching up with him. We've got Canarito. No, wrong person. Goomba, who's just crossed the line. Don't think he improved. No, that was his out lap, so he's going to be trying to improve this time round. Just trying to keep an eye on the people that are coming round to start their laps. Robbie's just started his lap, so everyone pretty much on their laps now. And Allow Your Face coming around the final corner now. For his final flying lap with 30 seconds remaining in the session. Hello, Phantom. In here. Beautiful stuff. So who is that coming round the final sector? I believe it is Canarito. Can he get a lap in? Has he managed to keep it clean? And what is it? It's a 36.7. It's not enough to move him up the board, but it's enough to give him a lap time. We've got Solex, who's pitting. Obviously, couldn't quite pull things together there. And we've also got Sherbert, who didn't quite get a clean lap in either. Dalby now. Has he managed to improve? Yes, beautiful stuff. Second position, that's a 35.4, but still almost a second off of Allow Your Face's time there. We've got Robert coming around the final corner. Can he put any pressure on Allow Your Face? No, nothing at all. So this is Allow Your Face feeling very comfortable. Gumba, what can he do in response? Staying out, he takes the corner. Beautifully done, and puts himself in second, but still half a second is the gap to Allow Your Face. So Gumba can't quite get it either. Who have we got now? Robbie coming across. Robbie manages to take pole with a 34.3, but Allow Your Face is still on a run, and it looks like he is flying round the final corner. How much more time? Oh, a little bit of oversteer there, and I think that may have ruined it for him. Allow Your Face couldn't quite hold on to that with a snap of oversteer as he exits the rear, the last corner, and Robbie puts it on pole for Q3. Allow Your Face just couldn't quite pull things together in that final lap. Kenarito, I think, has actually managed to get himself another lap in there. What's he managed? It's disappeared, so I don't have a clue, but there you go, 8th place. He couldn't quite improve. It should put you in a car there, Phantom. Yeah, hopefully. It almost tried to put me in a car earlier because it kicked me out of the session. But there we go. Your Robbie takes pole. Allow Your Face on the front row as well. We've got Gumba, Dalby, Sherbert, Solex, Robert, Kenarito and Grimdog in 9th position. We did lose... Yeah. So that, yeah, we did. But there you go. Brilliant performance from both Robbie and Allow Your Face. Not much response there from anyone else. Almost half a second to Gumba. And then Dalby, Sherbert, Solex all very close together respectively. So brilliant qualifying session there. Really entertaining. And a nice little twist at the end from Robbie. So we're going to be taking, once we load in, it'll be a 5-minute break. So we'll go at 35 past. And we'll have a nice little break to let the drivers have a breath of fresh air. And to hype themselves up for this, I hope, brilliant race coming up. Let's have a look at the drivers' standings. I can't do the awesome stuff that we get from Kyle and Carlos because I'm currently PC-less, so I shall manually take you guys through the critical points that we're looking at. So obviously Phantom has taken the championship now with 544 points as it stands. You've got Damberg in second with 456. Your Robbie with 434. Gumba 391. Cypher Josh 5th with 338. So that's the points for the top 5. 6th we've got Grimdog, Solex, Robert, Johnny Sherbert and Wrathful down to 10th. And then Robbo, Dalby, Johnston, Fantastake, Gamerman, Gunners, Kenarito, Lord Bumbledore, Tell Hell, and Allow Your Face down in 20th, as it really doesn't show or represent his pace at all. So I think we can see a lot of action from him next season. And Johnny Sherbert as well is looking, he's been improving rapidly. And of course, there's a few other drivers to look out for. Combined constructors at the moment, Alfa Romeo topping the tables so far, doing a sterling job with 2,163 points. However, Mercedes are not too far behind them with 3 sets of... Oh, that's someone's readied up quite quickly there. That's not gone too well at all. So we've jumped into the formation lap already. That definitely wasn't 5 minutes, so I think someone may possibly be getting a bit of a slap on the back of the wrist. I'll continue through these charts quickly whilst they're doing their formation lap, and then we'll jump straight into the race just a little bit early. So Mercedes breathing down Alfa Romeo's neck with 2,129. So less than 50 points less than 40 points separating them. Haas with 2,039, Ferrari 1,649, Racing Point 1,620, AlphaTauri 1,495, Red Bull in 7th with 1,492, Renault with 1,041, hopefully that'll change next season, and Williams 939, McLaren at the bottom of the table with just 726, of course. I believe that's the reserve team. So yeah, quite tight at the top. There can still be some movement through the table with 3 rounds of races to go. I'm really looking forward to this finale. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's as well, and I might even watch the GP1 on a Sunday, because although I don't like the track, it can throw up some brilliant racing, and I'm seriously looking forward to this. So do drop in who you think's going to take the victory or podium positions this time round, as we ready up for, or almost ready for people to take to the grid for the start. Loaded myself up with drinks this time, so hopefully I won't have to disappear at any point to get a drink, but if I do, apologies, because I am on my own tonight. I couldn't draft anyone in, unfortunately, but I'll do my best. Just got to try and not be too enthusiastic at the start, because I'll wear myself out for the end. So, you're Robbie on pole. We've seen the top 10. We've got Grimdog and Cypher Josh. 11th downwards, Raffle, Johnston, Gunners, Gamerman, Kimmy Guy, Nutmeg Tukas, SF1 Kimmy, Lord Bumbledore, and BRL Phantom. That's the last car at the back, taking up its position. And we are ready to go racing. That's a terrible view, thank you. I'm trying to find a better view. I think that's probably... no, that's terrible. There we go. It's lights out! And relatively quickly they do make their way off the line. And that's a brilliant start there. Who's that? Oh, what has happened here? Okay. Okay, there's been a glitch somewhere along the line, because all of that information is completely incorrect. But we had a brilliant start from, I believe it was Gumba, who's taken the lead, I think, at the moment. I'm really confused. I'm just waiting for the game to catch up. Yes, Gumba has taken the lead. I thought so. The game's caught up with us. So Gumba had an astonishing start. I'm not sure if that was a jump start, but an astonishing start there. And everyone seems to have come through that first sector fairly cleanly. We haven't got anyone crashed out. Everyone seems to be there. We've got Gamerman trailing at the back there, so maybe he had a little bit of an off. But fairly clean for the tight and twisty opening sections of Abu Dhabi. And Allow Your Face has actually made his way up to first place past Gumba again, so a mistake made for Gumba. Solex third, Dalby in fourth, and Johnny Sherbert gets the first penalty of the day. Trying to keep up with all of this is fairly fun. Sherbert almost going completely sideways. So yeah, some brilliant driving. Everyone seemed to get through really, really nicely, and everyone's nice and tight together. Nutmeg's made up some brilliant positions. He was down in about 15th, I think, at the start of this race, so some great driving there. Wrathful's doing really, really well. He's made up some positions. Phantom there in 12th is going to be looking to make up some positions as he gets a little bit of oversteer as well. Solex passes Gumba now as well. Gumba not quite able to carry the speed that he had in qualifying through. Brilliant start, but he's trailing off now, over a second behind the leader. Solex moves up. No. Solex almost moved up, but made a mistake and has dropped now back down behind Gumba. A big mistake there, and that's allowed Allow Your Face to get away. About 2 seconds now, the gap to Gumba, and he's going to be nice and comfortable. He's got a fight here for 7th position between Nutmeg, Robbie and Grimdog. Kenarito just staying ahead of Nutmeg. Some nice textbook defending there. We're going to have a nice textbook DRS overtake. He goes to the outside. That's a interesting decision there, and he can't quite keep that going. It looks for the undercut, but it didn't quite work. Solex has actually made up some time now to allow your face. We're looking through the field trying to find some gaps. Lord Bumbledore, Kimmy, Johnston, all very close together. There's some nice racing going on. Bumbledore up past Kimmy, as I say, as they enter the hotel section. We've got Grimdog on Robert, sorry. That's gonna go. And he dives. Is that down the inside or into the pits? Into the pits there for Grimdog. I think maybe he's really struggled. No, he shouldn't be pitting just yet. He's obviously got some damage. That's unfortunate to see. So Lord Bumbledore up into 13th from all of that. Wrathful up into 11th from all of that. And Kimmy's just made his way past Grimdog in the pits. Wonderful stuff. Sherbet past Dalby up into 4th position. Gumba lost that position to Solex again. A second down. Solex 2 seconds down from Allow Your Face. Gumba's desperately trying to stick onto the back of Solex there, as we have Dalby making a move on Sherbet, and that is Kenarito having a look for an opportunity there between the two 4th and 5th drivers there. And he's got right into the mix of things. DRS wide open as side by side the Renault and the Williams. The Renault takes the faster line, cuts across, and now we've got the Red Bull on the outside, wheel to wheel. And it's round the outside into the faster than you think left-hander, and now into the double apex right-hander. Still side by side, but the Red Bull just edges ahead. Hard on the brakes. He's going to make the corner. A little bit wide on exit, but he carries the speed, carries the place, and that's upper position for Kenarito into 5th place. Johnny Sherbet getting away with 4th there. Beautiful driving, and that's bunched everyone up. Now we've got Nutmeg on the back of Dalby as well, who's lost out big time. Can he take advantage of this, or is Robbie behind him going to attack before he can do anything? He's looking for the move into turn 1. He couldn't see anything there, and that's actually lost him a little bit of time now. Pulling back on. Oh, and round goes that. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Dalby goes round and into the wall. No one touched him, but I think he got a little bit aggressive on the throttle there, and that's just snapped him into the wall. So Dalby's day goes from great to just a little bit grueling. Nutmeg up into 6th place. Robbie 7th, Phantom 8th now. The fight is real, guys. We've got Johnny and Kenarito now fighting for 4th place. Gumba's catching Solex little by little. And we've got a couple of battles down for 12th and 13th. As I say, Kimmy makes his way past Kimmy. That's confusing. So Kenarito trying to apply the pressure now to Johnny Sherbet. A couple penalties dished out throughout the grid now. But nothing too serious. Let's have a look through. We got Dalby's actually managed to get himself settled back in 10th. I don't know if he's got any damage. It looks like he might do. Safety car. Okay. I hope I haven't missed that for too long, because I did notice that it was a yellow flag, but I didn't realise it said safety car. So safety car. I'd assume that that is for the damage on Dalby. Maybe there's some shrapnel laying around. Or have we got a stationary car? I think I can see a stationary car in there. I'm trying to find what car it is. No, it's not. It's probably just the safety car. So I think that may be for the damage from Dalby's incident as he went into the wall. So into the pits, we have quite a lot of people pitting. We've got Allow Your Face pits, Gumba pits. I think Nutmeg stayed out, so that promotes him to second. Kenarito, Johnny, Phantom, Wrathful, Robbie, Kimmy, and Kimmy in the pits. Sorry, no, the first Kimmy is not in the pits. The second Kimmy is in the pits. My mistake. So we'll see as everyone rejoins the track where people are going to be in relation to the safety car, as SF1 Kimmy now exits the pits. SF1 Kimmy is the one I'm familiar with. Kimmy guy is just confused. So here we go. We'll have a couple laps now under safety car. Everyone will regroup, but it gives the drivers a good chance to save some fuel, save their tyres, think about what they're going to do. Really, it's just a strategic game. It's going to give them a little bit of a break. Obviously, a safety car for some drivers is a blessing. At the same time, for other drivers, can be a bit of a stab in the back. Allow Your Face was sort of romping away with that, and might be a little peeved if he doesn't quite have the pace that he had with these tyres. He might struggle to pull away as aggressively as he did earlier. Yeah, okay, thank you. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. I will stick the tyres on, thank you. There you go. So the top four on the mediums. Robert and Kimmy on the softs, they stayed out, of course. Pretty much everyone that stopped jumping onto those medium tyres. We've got Lord Bumbledore on the softs there, Wrathful on the softs, Robbie on the softs, but everyone else... Johnston's just pit as well and put on the softs as well. But it's a heavily medium strategy for the second stop, I think. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on Wrathful. See if he can pull in some early positions with that tyre. But yeah, thanks for the reminder there, Harrison. Else I probably never would have put them on because I get too into the racing, don't I? So a nice little breather. Safety car, I can have a quick swig of throat lubrication. Solex currently with the fastest lap, that's a 1:39.9. A long way to go yet. Lap 6 of 28. So just 5 drivers yet to stop. Solex, Nutmeg, Kimmy, Kenarito, Robert and Kimmy Guy, that is, and the Gunners yet to stop. A couple penalties handed out as well. Is it possible to see? Yeah, penalties, there we go. 3 seconds for Nutmeg, 3 seconds for Robert, 5 seconds for Kenarito, and we've got a drive-through for Johnny Sherbert, so I'm not sure what that was for. Normally that might be speeding under safety car, or I think that's about all I can think of. And Phantom with the 3 seconds as well. So I think we're about to go racing again as he preps himself. When's he going? He goes just before the corner and gets going. Solex bursts away. Nutmeg left a little bit behind, but he's got Allow Your Face and Gumba right behind him now on the fresher tyres and ready to attack. It's happening behind us. Phantom moves himself past Grimdog. Bit of a battle here between the Alphas and the racing points. Larry Face with the fastest lap. No, with a penalty, sorry. Not fastest lap, because they haven't completed a lap yet. And some battling going on between Phantom and Grimdog. Grimdog right on the back, but a little bit of a bad run out there. Is Wrathful going to get the edge on his teammate as they come into the braking point? No, without the DRS, nothing much is going to happen. There's Allow Your Face, tries to get past Nutmeg, and they're trading positions and bumping wheels just the tiniest bits, but some nice and clean driving between Nutmeg and Allow Your Face. Allow Your Face gets away nicely there, and he's now trying to chase Solex as Nutmeg has Goomba behind him. He's going to let his teammate through on the stronger strategy. Nutmeg's probably going to think about pitting at this point, or fairly soon, making his decision to stay out a little bit inferior to the choice to actually pit and put the fresh tyres on. So Eliaface and Goomba now the net race winners, race leaders, up into second and third and chasing down the Haas of Solex now. Phantom on the back of Johnny Sherbert, on the back of Robert. Really close battles. They've stayed really close together throughout the opening stages of these races, and I must say, any incidents that's happened, the reason we had the safety car, someone went off completely on their own. The racing between drivers today has been really, really good and really clean and really exciting to watch as Kimmy makes his way past Johnny Sherbert and Gamerman, who have decided to pit. Yeah, so that choice to stay out for the safety car really didn't plan out too well for many drivers there. Eliaface just pulling away now from Goomba, and that gap is now down to 1.1 seconds to Solex. Kenarito gaining onto the back of Nutmeg now, who sensibly allows the move and stick behind Kenarito, get that DRS and give his overall race time a little bit shorter than it would be. I'd advise time to pit for Nutmeg and the other drivers that stayed out, though, I'd say. Who have we got now? Dalby passing Robert. Wrathful defending that as well. Robert really looking for that opening down the inside of Dalby for 8th position. But Dalby with a new wing, he was fighting for the lead, or the top 3 of this race earlier. Unfortunately, we've got a snap of oversteer and lost his front wing, bringing out the safety car and bunching the grid back up again. He's now in 8th position, trying to work his way back up the grid on the medium tyres. Interestingly enough, Wrathful hasn't made up as many places as I thought he would with those soft tyres. He seems to have pace, but he's struggling to find a place to get past those medium runners. So Phantom and Nutmeg holding Wrathful up. And that's Allow Your Face. Let's look at that gap. Got down all the way to it was 5/10 when I decided to look at it. It's now just over 2/10, and they're very, very close. DRS open for Allow Your Face. Side by side. Jeez. And under braking. Solex hangs it round the outside and looks to defend, but I don't think Allow Your Face quite saw him there, and therefore Solex had to back out, and I think that's put him in danger of being passed by Goomba as well in the same lap. I think he was going to try and avoid that if he could, but no, he manages to defend from Goomba and stay right on the back of Allow Your Face, but for how long is he going to manage to do that? Carlos, you've decided to join us, thank you. In the comments, that is. So, Allow Your Face retakes the lead after the pits and the safety car, and Solex, the leader of the non-pitting drivers, and he's now 1.3 seconds behind Goomba. Oh, pardon me. Oh, rude. I'm not, the race is not boring, I promise. I did not yawn. Goomba's struggling to get past Solex. at this point, which is interesting to see because he seemed to have some very strong pace in the opening stint of this race as Kimi makes it past Gunners, who's still out on 8-lap-old softs. Robert on 9-lap-old softs as well, so he's really staying out. And Nutmeg still out on the medium tyres at 9 laps. Wrathful top of the soft runners in 6th position. Grimdog side by side with Robert, defending for 10th position. So that Alpha's got 2 very nasty looking Mercedes behind him right now. There's a few penalties, yeah, but it's going very well. I mean, actually, it might be going terribly. You tell me. But I'm enjoying myself, and hopefully the rest of you guys are as well. So there are quite a few penalties actually. I'll bring them up, and we'll have a look at those. But I've forgotten which one it is. That one. So whilst there are a lot of penalties, they're not massively bad penalties, except from Kennerito, and Nutmeg has 14 as well. But other than that, it's 3s and 6s really. Solex has 8 seconds. It's a very odd number of penalties, seconds to have. 8 seconds on Solex. So that's going to be an interesting one to look out for. 3s and 6s really as Grimdog passes Nutmeg, who pits, I believe. Yeah, I'd assume he's in the pits because it doesn't give me the detail when I'm on penalties. Yeah, Nutmeg finally pits for on those mediums, and interestingly enough, Robert, 22, stays out on his 10-lap-old softs. Grimdog up into 8th now on his 7-lap-old mediums. Gumber actually losing time now to Solex, so Solex really making those old mediums work as well as possible, really. I mean, he is losing time to allow your face, but earlier on in the race, everyone was losing time to allow your face, so Solex hanging on to that 2nd position and looking like he's in quite a good spot as he's yet to stop. Having a look through the board, I'll check any comments soon. The gaps are starting to open up finally. We've managed to go 11 laps before any massive gaps build up, so almost 50% of the race gone, and we've had non-stop action pretty much from the start, and some really clean driving. Ignore the penalties on there because the track limits penalties aren't quite as realistic as in real life. That's not for hitting people, that's just for going a little bit wide occasionally, a little bit too often. But the actual wheel-to-wheel racing has been really good and really nice to watch. Solex has binned it! Solex is gone! Solex is gone! On the way into the pits, Solex is gone! Oh no! There he is. I think that's on the way into the pits. Oh, that is so upsetting. Oh, Solex. So Solex drops it from 2nd place as he's entering the pits. Must have just gone a little bit too aggressively in, a little bit wide. And game over for Solex. So another safety car, a 2nd safety car. We did have Dalby earlier on in the race, who brought out the safety car. Yeah, I know. I can't believe that's happened. He was doing so well, but Solex has dropped it, I'm afraid, guys. So that's a 2nd safety car. Ideal time for those that didn't pit the first time to pit this time round. Yes, Carlos, indeed. Well, I tend to be the king of bottle at the moment, so I think that's the sort of thing I would have done, but like on the last lap. So unfortunate there for Solex. Dalby and Solex out of this race. 17 drivers remaining, and almost as many penalties. Allow Your Face from Gumba, from Phantom, Cypher Josh, Kimmy, SF1 Kimmy that is, Wrathful, Lord Bumbledore, Grim Dog, Kenarito 07, Robert 22, Unsuk, Nutmeg, Gamerman, Johnny Sherbert, Mr. Johnston 96, Kimmy Guy, Your Robbie 1985, and the Gunners left running, the Gunners sitting in P17. The back of the grid, but he's on the soft tyre, so he might be looking to make a couple of places up there when we go racing again. So into the pits, Cypher and SF1 Kimmy. Nutmeg pit at just the wrong time, really. He just waited just one lap later. He may have had a little bit more luck with the old pits, get himself up that grid just a little bit further, but there's going to be some drivers that have another stop that they want to do. Whether they take it at this safety car and push their stint a little bit longer, we're yet to find out, but pretty much everyone has stopped this time round. The top 3 staying out on their 7-lap-old mediums. And we've got some of the back, Mr. Johnston and Kimmy Guy staying out on their 4-lap-old mediums, and Gamerman staying out on his 10-lap-old hards. So very interesting mix of strategies. We've got Wrathful there on the hard, so he's going to the end. Going to try and jump those that need to pit again, which is all in front of him. I don't think they're going to be making those tyres last another 15 laps at all. So Wrathful looking to take those hards for 15 laps and win from 4th place by the look of it. Actually, looking at the standings right now, the race standings, Wrathful's looking in a really strong position if he can maintain some decent pace. It doesn't have to be blitzing speed, it has to be good, consistent pace for 15 laps, and he could be in with a chance for a brilliant win with no penalties as well. That could be really interesting. Calling it both Alphas to finish on the podium tonight. Interesting call. I'm thinking Wrathful is looking very strong. It would be nice to see Grimdog get there as well. So yeah, I think that could be a very strong call. Carlos in the chats there giving us his insight on what's going to happen. It's a double Alpha podium. Well, those two have to get through Phantom, Gumba and Allow Your Face, and quickly. The longer it takes them to get past the top 3 on those older tyres, the smaller the chance of them being able to hold on to those tyres for as long as they need. Dark Mark, I like that prediction. Of course you do, Marcus. Of course you like that prediction. To be honest with you, even I like that prediction. It'd be brilliant to see an Alpha double podium. An Alpha 1-2. But let's not tempt fate. I am commentating, so I should probably be quiet about stuff like that. Because we know what happens when you say someone's going to do well. But here we go. I'm hoping that this is the last safety car. It looks like all the cars are pretty much all caught up. We've got Robbie at the back of the grid there. Just pulling himself in, and he's now on the back of the grid. So I'm pretty sure we'll be going racing this lap. Sorry if you can hear that, I'm just quickly lubricating my mouth again. So Carlos there giving us his... Ooh. You lost it then, Deanna. Sorry. AFCSJC. Sorry, I'm not sure who AFCSJC is, but I'm assuming it's either Solex or Dalby. I bet he says, beeping hell, I lost it, then DNF'd. And then Carlos on the pit lane giving us his insight into Wrath and Grim. Obviously they're teammates, so they're going to try and work together. Oh, it's Gunners. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't see that. It's just popped up, unless I did miss it. In which case, I'm a terrible commentator, but that's Gunners gone as well, unfortunately. That sucks for Gunners as well. Sorry to hear. Gunners drops as well. So there we go. Yeah, lost it and then DNF'd. But here we go, racing again. Allow Your Face keeps the upper hand on the restart with 1.5 seconds to gap already as we come into just turn 5. Down the straight, Phantom, Wrathful and Grimdog are there as well. Kimmy's moving his way up the pack past Game Man. Johnson moves his way up through as well. Lord Bumbledore and P12. Grimdog passes Wrathful. That's a very intelligent move from the two teammates, and they're going to be looking to fight this top 3. But Allow Your Face already pulling away at immense speed. That's a second and a half so quickly. Phantom makes his way past Gumba for P2. Gumba looking to get that position, but he couldn't do much, and now Grimdog is sniffing. Grimdog is ready to make a move if he can find a gap from Gumba, who's still trying to attack Phantom. Remember, he's still trying to stay on those lead packs. And who's going to pit? Is Allow Your Face pitting? He stays out. Phantom stays out. Gumba stays out. And Grimdog and Wrathful are now going to be licking their lips and getting ready to make some moves. So here we go. Grimdog looking around the outside of Gumba, but there isn't a position to be taken yet. He's got to wait till the start finish. And who's that? Canarito right on the back of the Wrathful, who's struggling to get those hard tyres up to temperature quite as quickly as the rest of the grid. But Grimdog was looking down the inside much later on the brakes, and he's already getting the move done before they come into the hairpin. Brilliant driving on Gumba from Grimdog as he puts his foot down, powers out of the corner, and there is Wrathful behind as well. But he's got a bit of pressure from Robert in the Mercedes behind, so he's going to try and get those hard tyres up to temperature and attack this top 3 as Robert makes his way past Wrathful under braking. Wrathful looks to defend with the cutback and actually gets a better drive out of the corner. He's on the hard tyres on the outside of the track. It's going to be difficult to outbrake the Mercedes here, and he's still holding on round the outside, down the inside, then round the outside again, and holds on to that position. Some brilliant driving from Wrathful there, I've got to say. Wheel-to-wheel driving from the two of them, no touching. That was brilliant to watch as Wrathful holds on to P5. Grimdog looking to make some inroads on Phantom, who's actually, by the looks of it, catching Allow Your Face, now just 4/10. So much action at the front of this field, from 9th all the way up to 1st. There's action everywhere, I don't know where to look. Let's see what we've got at the back. Cypher Josh very close to the Red Bull of Canarito, and Johnson Robbie passing Bumbledore there. BRL Phantom down to, it was 3/10, he's just bouncing around, he's getting so close there. 3/10 will jump on board with Phantom as they come round the hairpin. Phantom's going to be very close to the back of Allow Your Face. Is he going to get the slipstream that he needs? Opens up that DRS. Here we go. This will be the first legitimate change of lead since Gumba. Allow Your Face defends the inside. Phantom chose the outside and manages to keep his nose down whilst he's round the outside to get the inside for the next corner and gets ahead before we come into braking for the triple chicane. Brilliant driving from Phantom, and Allow Your Face just not quite able to get the same tyre life out of his tyres as Phantom did. So Allow Your Face down into 2nd, Grimdog in 3rd now, and catching the 2 ahead of him. Wrathful's lost position to Robert and down into 6th position. But as long as he keeps a cool head, he can make his strategy work. We've got Kimmy as well, who's up into 9th. He's on his hards as well. Cypher just 5/10 behind Wrathful. Grimdog, the guy to watch at the moment, though, as he's really starting to he's just piling on the speed. I mean, look how quickly that gap has come down. I was almost a second just 4 or 5 corners ago, and now he's ready to get his car lined up, get that DRS open, and make the move down into the horrible chicane. A little bit further away now than Phantom was the previous lap, but he's got the DRS open. Is he gaining enough? It's not quite enough this time round, but he gets himself nice and close. If he can stay tight for the chicane and get the power on. DRS opens again, but he is a little bit too far away again. So Alioface doing a brilliant job to stay ahead, but he gets side by side under braking, and the game decides to show me a terrible view, so we all missed that overtake, which looked like it wasn't going to happen, but some brilliant driving there as Grimdog just rinses Alioface under braking, who just didn't have the confidence there. Grimdog takes spectacular advantage of that and puts himself up into 2nd place. Wrathful back up into 5th. As Gumba has pit. Is that Alioface into pit? Alioface pits. Phantom stayed out. So Alioface going onto the soft tyres for the final 9 laps of this race. And Phantom now our race leader. Cypher just 4/10 behind Raph. Canarito just 5/10 behind Cypher. Needs to tuck into that slipstream. Closest fight, Gumba on Alioface. So Gumba pit just a little bit earlier than Alioface, and it looks like he's got a little bit of an advantage. Even though he's on the harder tyre, it seems that he's managed to heat his tyres up just a little bit quicker than Alioface does, who stays wide after going wide on the exit. He stays wide just to avoid getting the penalty there. Lose yourself a little bit of time, but in the end, you avoid getting that penalty. So Gumba past Alioface, but how long is that going to last? These guys need to work together if they want to try and get back to the front of the grid and take advantage of the double stop. They need to work together really and not fight too much, because at the moment Grimdog is looking fairly happy, and Wrathful as well is looking fairly comfortable with his hard tyres. They'll start coming into play fairly soon. 8 laps remaining. Phantom leads on his 14-lap old mediums. He's going to be looking to go to the soft tyres any lap now. Then it is Grimdog, Robert, Wrathful, Cypher and Robbie, your top 5. Six seconds for Phantom, none for Grimdog, 6 seconds for Robert, none for Wrath, none for Cypher, 3 seconds for Robbie, 9 for Johnny Sherbert, 9 for Kimmy. Gumba has nothing. Then we have 18, 3 for Kenarito, 11 Bubbledore, 6 seconds for Alioface, who's now sitting second last after a spectacular show at the start of the race. So something has gone terribly wrong for Alioface. I can't see any damage on the front of that car, so whether he's given the controller to his niece or I'm not sure. Something's just not quite gone well for him this second stint. Phantom still out. Still runs in first on lap 20. Is he going to pit this time round? Kenarito passes Nutmeg. for 11th place. Nutmeg can't do much to avoid that happening, but keeps his nose clean. Phantom in the pits for the soft tyres. No, he's put it on the medium tyre, so possibly didn't have any soft tyres left. No wing change, no nothing. Out again, so we'll stick with him to see where he comes out. Robbie's got past him, he's got Grimdog. Grimdog's pit as well. Okay, so something's happened to Grimdog, unfortunately. I don't think he could quite let those tyres last long enough, so Grimdog's had to pit for the softs. Unfortunately, those mediums weren't going to last. You guys don't miss a thing in chat. Carlos and Marcus are already commentating on what I'm commentating on. So yeah, Grimdog pits, not able to keep those tyres going. Wrathful now in second. He's on those hard tyres. 8 laps. Robert's tyres possibly going to start falling off a cliff soon as well, so just 4 seconds. Can Wrathful close that 4 seconds in 7 laps? Or are those hards just not fast enough? Gumba, 2 tenths down on Johnny. Eliaface had to pit again, so possibly he had damage on his wing. I couldn't see anything on my screen. So apologies for staying. He gave it to his niece, but there you go. Nice to see you in chat, Crockett. Grimdog 4 tenths behind Gumba. The highest of the new soft runners. Phantom came out in 5th with his mediums. So at this rate, I believe it's, let's see how many penalties. Yeah, 6 seconds of penalties for Robert. So as it stands, Wrathful is the race winner. But it's still plenty of race left to go. Plenty can happen. Eliaface passing Gamerman and Nutmeg. Moving himself into 10th position after the issues or the struggles he faced. I think it was damage. That gap to Wrathful and Robert extending as opposed to getting smaller. So Robert doing everything he needs to try and increase that gap to over 6 seconds. And to try and take the overall win. Robbie behind. He's less than a second behind Wrathful, but again has those penalties that he's got to consider, as Phantom gets another 3 seconds on top of his penalties. So Phantom getting punished rather hardly as well. Johnny Sherbert, we know, has a handful of penalties as well. So Robert and Robbie could end up not. Well, Robbie could end up not on the podium at all, as things stand at the moment. I can't be asked flicking back onto all of the penalties to try and figure that out for you, because I'd quite like to see what develops between these top 3 drivers. And we also have Grimdog getting ready to pounce on Johnny Sherbert, very close to the back of Johnny Sherbert now in the Renault car. And the session's just died. Okay, that's not good. Give me 2 seconds. I'm still online, so that's very strange. A lot of people have just died. No. Are we still running? Is the stream still running? Because then I know it's not my internet. Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, my internet's fine. Something terrible has happened. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible. No. I tried readying up. I know how to use an Xbox. I'm trying to fix it. Give me a sec. Where has everyone gone? I can't join the game. No, I can't even join it. Apparently I've only got 2 people online. Well, I can't do anything. I'm stuck. What is going on? What is this? Yeah, I'm on it. No one's gonna invite me back. They're all... I'm assuming their game hasn't crashed. Oh, come on. It was all going so well. Oh, would you just pack it in, please? No. Well, if Game wants to send me an invite, then... Because I kind of like to catch the last few laps of the race. Otherwise, we're going to have to turn it off, and that's not great. Tell him to invite me. I'm sorry about this, guys. I don't know what's happened. I'm probably more confused than you are. Yeah, exactly. Wrathful one, definitely. It's if I can't join off one person, then I'm not going to be able to join off these guys, am I? Oh, look at that! I can join off. I can join off a Phantom. Oh, stop. No, it won't let me. Something's gone incredibly wrong, guys. I've clicked on ready up. Look. I've tried everything. So, I'm not sure. I don't know what's happened. Are we going to try and wait to find out the results? Because I don't know whose fault it is, mate, but we can't do much about it at the moment. So unfortunately, guys, that has been GP3. Kyle is going to hate me now because I'm going to tell you all that I'm sure he can find some onboard footage from someone else and try and splice that into the YouTube version or something like that, so you can see the final 4 laps of the race. Hopefully someone will have some onboard footage or something like that, but I'm really sorry to everyone that was watching there, as I still don't know what's happening. It's not letting me in at all, so something has gone wrong there. But we all love Xbox, its servers, and the F1 2020 game, because it's the most reliable things in the world. I think it may be the game on my end though, because it seems to be struggling with a lot of things. However, my connection seems to be fine. But sorry everyone. Cody's just died tonight. Unfortunately it has. Yeah, so unfortunately GP3 cut short by 4 laps. I'm really desperate to try and like find out who's won, because surely they've crossed the line by now. If anyone can hear, whilst I'm doing the closing, if I do find out, I will let you guys know who won. But yeah, don't forget to tune in same time, around about around about 9 o'clock roughly, isn't it, when Q3 starts. Tomorrow night we have GP2, so myself, Carlos, will be racing GP2's nice close racing. Sunday we'll have GP1 as well, so do join us both nights, because it's going to be some great racing. We'd love to see you there. That would be absolutely brilliant. Again, sorry about the allow your face and bulldog, get screenshots, wonderful stuff. Sorry about it being cut short. Don't know what happened. Shit happens. We'll move on. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. That has been the GP3 finale. It's such an anticlimactic finale. It's a finale. I can't just be like, oh, bye. But unfortunately, I have no results to give you. And it is goodbye from me. Goodbye.